SharkyBreath.
He plays video games.
Hello and welcome back to Dredge. Okay, so first thing I need to do is take a rest, huh? I guess I did just pull into dock a little bit crazy when I ended the last episode. So let's do that right now. Before I go to the Twisted Strand, there are a couple things that I would like to attend to. Number one, when I was editing the previous episode... Oh, well, real quick before I grab that. While I was editing the previous episode, I noticed finally that right here, on the right here, open ocean. Yes. The fishes that don't have a location indicated is because they're in the open ocean, and that's just a general thing, that a place they can be. You just kind of have to keep an eye out. Okay, well, I'll bear that in mind. Second thing, I was looking at when I found that altar back by the Marrows, and it turns out that there is a way to fill it in entirely with a blackmouth salmon, a conger eel, a sturgeon, and a cod. I assume they all have to be different fishes. I don't know if they actually have to be different fishes, but I know, you know, when I did the crab one with the wrong crabs, it didn't work, so I assume it has an answer it's looking for. But there is a way to fill in that grid with those particular four fish. I mean, it could be any combination of cod, but you know what I mean. You know what I mean. Which means I need to go back to the Gale Cliffs. And the thing is, I need to go back to the Gale Cliffs anyway, because I never caught an oarfish. Now, I don't remember specifically where the oarfish are, is the one thing. I know they were somewhere in the region of the cliffs. Let me talk to the merchant about it again, yeah? The rare fish you wanted me to find. Tell me about the oarfish. Given the oarfish's long and fragile body, I suspect they'll live in reasonably deep but calm water. Maybe the shelter of Gale Cliffs would suit them? Okay. So, Gale Cliffs indeed. Relatively deep but calm water. That means it's probably going to be inside the perimeter of the cliffs, huh? Well, let's have a look at my encyclopedia and see what time of day they like to be out, yeah? No, it's going to be exotic. Exotic fishes are the ones that she's looking for, I believe. I'm not entirely positive, but if I can find the oarfish in here. Huh. Well, this is aberrations. I'm actually not seeing the oarfish. It's not just in the Gale Cliffs list, is it? No, it absolutely isn't. Well, I thought I knew what an oarfish... Wait a second, that's an oarfish right there, on the right. It's an abyssal spot. Isn't that an oarfish? I am not positive. I feel like that's an oarfish. Okay, so an abyssal spot near the Gale Cliffs. Well, that should be fairly distinctive, I would imagine. Okay. Wow, that was some slowdown. I hope I didn't lose my... Recording seems to be going, so I guess we're probably okay. All right. Well then, why don't I... Hang on. Okay, good. All my crab pots should be in storage. Okay, perfect. Let's just head over to the Gale Cliffs again. Whoops, that's the lights. I didn't actually mean that. There we go. We're getting due east. We're avoiding any deep water that I don't know what's going on with it. And we're just going to make our way back over to the friendly cliffs. They're not friendly. There's nothing friendly about the cliffs. But see, that's where we're going. We're going to the cliffs. And if I see any interesting ocean fish on the way, I should probably stop by and pick them up, yeah? Just so I know roughly where they come from. Just a thunderstorm. Nothing to worry about. That initial noise, that initial crack, really didn't sound like something natural. Or at least not like, you know, a normal storm. Was there always that pool of twisting lines coming away from that? You see what I'm talking about over there? There's that eddy directly over the dock. Was that always there? It just went away. It just faded. So the answer to that question is no. It wasn't always there. And now it's gone. I've stayed here several times, right? Nothing's changed, right? Was that just a visual indicator to get me to check this place out? Or was that something... Man, there's nothing new here. Okay. Something's going on, clearly. Something that I just barely missed. Maybe I should keep an eye on it as I move away from it. Just make sure that sure that nothing changes as I leave. I don't trust anything at this point, so who knows? Yeah, whatever that swirling eddy was, it's gone. Okay, where are we? Ah, okay, so I did go here for sure. I feel like, did I check out this island? I genuinely don't remember. Let's just make sure that there's nothing of interest here. There's probably nothing of interest here, but let's just have a... What's that? It's just a bush. It's a bush. It's a bush. It's not anything. It's just a bush. It's nothing to be concerned about. Okay. I probably did already check this out, and in any case, there's nothing here. Well, that's fine. That's great, in fact. Mackerels. Okay, so we are in Gale Cliffs territory. Good. Good, good, good. I guess that's a good thing. Apparently, I've decided that's a good thing. Okay, I do need one of these, but I don't need it right now, because I'm probably going to be spending some time in the Gale Cliffs before I try and do the altar. So we'll grab it on my way out of the neighborhood, yeah? Okay, we're back in the Gale Cliffs. As you can tell by that high-pitched clang that shows up whenever I come close to Ingfell. Okay. So where on earth would I find abyssal fish around here? I don't think it's just inside this cove here. I feel like they're going to subject me to the snake in order to get that rare fish. I know that I checked my encyclopedia with the express purpose of trying to find out what time of day the oarfish might be out. And then I got so lost trying to find the oarfish that I didn't actually check that. Let me have a look. Day and night. If that is the oarfish on the right, which I think it is, then it should be any time of day. Okay. Well, that's good. That's nice. Okay. But if I'm going to try and do that altar, I need a conger eel. Conger eel is going to require that I fish at night. So let's just keep a sharp eye out for any fishing spots that I'm unaware of what's in them. Wreckfish, sure, sure, sure. Good, good, good. Okay. I'm going to go through this alley here because it seems to let me get into the cliffs without the snake noticing, which is a huge advantage as far as I'm concerned. Okay. Okay. Now. Treasure there, don't care, turns out. Treasure there, don't care. Don't care at all, it turns out. Okay, let's have a look over here. What we have? I don't know. Oh, that's cloth. It's cloth. That's just cloth. Okay. Okay. All right. Did I already check both of the... Yes. Yes. Just treasure. Okay. Okay. All right. Let's go into the center. You are what? Just treasure. Okay. You over there. Blackmouth salmon. Okay. We want deep water. Calm water. Probably the waterfall is not going to allow that particular combination of elements, huh? Probably not. I'm not seeing an abyssal spot is the thing here. Amazing how well that back door works, though. As far as I can tell, the local snake has no idea I'm here, which is exceedingly convenient. But of course, if I start going out any of these side passages, he's immediately going to twig to me. I recognize that. Maybe he just doesn't keep that sharp of an eye on the center here. It's just his inlets that he's actually keeping an eye on. That seems to be the case anyway. I don't see it, all right? I don't see it at all. I hope I'm not wasting my time. Well. They've got to be around here somewhere. There's probably only one spot for them is the thing, because with these exotic fish, I'm guessing the whole deal is that there's only one spot in the entire world. If I go out this way, does the snake get mad? It doesn't seem to. Why is the snake so quiet? Is it because I picked up that artifact? Suddenly it's a lot calmer or something. That would be convenient, but it seems unlikely. Tiger mackerels. I don't see an abyssal spot anywhere around. And that's probably a deficiency with my searching procedure, but like, it's gotta be around here. Somewhere. Somewhere it does. Well, if nothing else, it's coming up on the point at which I can... the point at which I can catch myself a conger eel, so that's better than nothing, but, like... It's starting to freak me out a little bit why the snake isn't here. I mean, I feel like he's going to catch me entirely off guard when, in fact, he does show up. If, in fact, he does show up. Well, I do need cloth, is the thing. This late in the day is not a great time to be searching for cloth, is the unfortunate thing here. I need cloth and lumber, right? Yeah, I believe that is correct. The only conger eels I've seen are not on this side of the island, also. So this is not the best way I could be going about this. Lumber, sure. Stonefish, okay. Can't see things through a shipwreck. Fair enough, I suppose. Let's just scoot around the outside edge here. Try not to go back into the cliffs if I don't have to. It's already dangerous enough to be out at night. If I can afford to grab the congers without... There we go, conger eel. If I can grab a conger without dipping back in, that would be ideal. Devil ray, sure. Get a conger. Get ourselves a nice conger. Oh my goodness, it's a sprouting eel. That doesn't look like an animal at all. Are you sure that's an animal? No, not the spotlight. There we go. An eruption of crystalline growths burst from its skin. Sharp shapes clatter and resonate together. Yeah, that doesn't. It's like it's a group of crystal growths that somehow has sentience. Maybe at one point it was an eel, but now it's been taken over by parasitic rocks. I'm not sure how that works. I'll grab another conger eel though, because I don't want to stick that particular one in an altar. Oh, come now. There we go. That'll work fine. That'll work just fine. Okay. All right. It's getting quite dark. Maybe I should go somewhere a little bit safer. The panic is setting in, so let's try not... Hang on. Where am I? Yeah, we're coming up on Ingfell. We're coming up on Ingfell, so that's fine. What do we have here? What are you? That's just cod. And I mean, I do want a cod, but we can always get that tomorrow, I suspect. Uh-oh. 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 Vibrations. The snake is alerted. Unexpected. Oh, right, of course. At night, it seems to patrol the perimeter, doesn't it? I had forgotten about that. Yep, it's definitely active. I'm getting vibrations all over the place. All right, but that's okay, because I made it to dock, and that means I'm safe, right? Right, probably? I think that's how it works. Okay. All right. Oh, hey, while I'm here, why don't I, get some packed explosives? Yes, indeed. Thank you, retired whaler. Let me see here. I don't know how many I'm going to need, so why don't we just... I have so much money, it doesn't matter. Let me just grab a few and send them to my storage bin. There. There. That should be nice for now. Okay. I don't want to fill up my, my main... That's absolutely the snake. Okay, I'm going to rest and hope that it doesn't eat my ship while I'm asleep. In any case, I didn't want to mess up my fish storage area because I need to gather some things and, you know, bring them to an altar, that sort of thing. Okay, how's that conger doing? Let me have a look. Both the congers are looking fresh. Okay, so let me swing by the... I'm still getting vibrations. The snake must be really upset about something. Oh, goodness. Don't walk in... Don't boat into that, ideally. All right. Let me sell off my crystalline growth thing. My sprouting eel, as it was. Fish market. Here we are. Sprouting eel. Nice, cool $100. Sell that. Good. Now keep this one around. And I need a sturgeon. I need a sturgeon and one of the local cods, right? Not the aberrations. Thank you very much. We need a blackmouth salmon. We need a sturgeon, which is found at the Gale Cliffs. And you don't really tell me much else about it, except that it's daytime. Okay, that's fine. That's fine. That's great, in fact. All right. Let's go find us a sturgeon and a cod, and then we'll get heading towards that altar before things get too rotten. There we go. Perfect. I've got the two things I need within my eyesight at the moment. Couldn't be better. One for you. There we go. Blackmouth salmon. We'll put you right there. And then I just need one of these. Right over here. Okay. There. There. Here. Okay, we got a sturgeon. And that'll fit right there. Perfect. Okay. It's only 9 in the morning. I didn't find the oarfish, but apparently that's not going to be such an easy mission to take care of, and I don't want these fish to rot while I'm searching, so why don't we just manifest ourselves back? It will have attacks on my brain, but that's okay. It's early in the day. I'll recover. It'll be fine. We're fine. We're fine. Okay. Now then. I need one of the local cods, and then to stop by an altar. Mackerel cod. There we go. Right over there. Easy does it. Now, can I get surprised by spooky invisible rocks during the middle of the day if my panic's this high? That's a question. A question I don't have an answer to, incidentally. Conger is stale, so we better hurry. Okay. Where was that altar? I feel like it was around back of Greater Marrow, right? Oh, no, I didn't label it. I really wish I had at the moment. Okay. I am going to have to use some speed here because I do not want my fish to rot. I swear it was around the back of Greater Marrow. I was looking for salvage. And instead I found an altar. I remember. Was it around back of this thing here? Or was it the other? No, there it is. That's it. What is that? What is that? There's something really big by the Marrows, and I haven't seen it. I've only heard it and felt the vibrations of its presence. I have no idea what it is. Okay, let's see if I got this right. Because the sturgeon will go right here. And then we put a conger right there. And then we just go standard cod. And then, then we go blackmouth salmon. Like that. Is that not it? Is that not it? Curved fish. Does the conger eel not count as a curved fish? What did I do wrong? Don't know. You know what? I'm going to leave these here. I'm going to leave them here for now. I don't know what I did wrong. I feel like this should be right, but maybe it's just supposed to be... Hang on, let me think here. It doesn't say for curved fish. It just says curved fish. If I just use... Oh, you know what? You could technically go cod, 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 cod. You could just do straight cod. Oh, you know, I bet you that is it. I bet you that is it. That's... Okay, alright. Well, let's just take these back to town and sell them then, I guess. Which does mean I have to go back by where that roaring took place just a minute ago. Love that. Love it. It feels like the Marrows should be relatively safe, but they're not, are they? Something is here. I just don't know what. At least my brain's calming down. That's nice anyway. Hello, I'm back. I brought you some weird fish from over yonder. See what you think. There we go. Yeah, unfortunately it's a little stale, but you know what? It's rare. It probably makes up for it, right? Oh, probably. There we go. Good, good, good. Okay. So I guess I just need cod? Perhaps I just need cod. I'm going to catch 4 more cod. And I'm going to haul them back to that altar, and we're going to see if that's in fact the solution. Because, I mean, it is the first region's altar. It kind of makes sense if you don't have to leave the region in order to fulfill its requirements, you know? 3, and we've depleted it. I want 1 more, so I need another cod patch. Let me see here. Cod patch, cod patch. There we go. Okay. Here we are. I can probably leave it on speed, actually. There we go. Cod, cod, cod. Oh. Oh. All-seeing cod. They do like the eyeballs around here, don't they? Staring outwards, unblinking, eyes borrowed from a larger being, but not the mind to process what it sees. Whose eyes are you suggesting those are? A larger being. borrowed from a larger... How does that work? Best not to ask, huh? These are things I should not know. Okay, there we go. 4 generic cods. I am not placing an aberration in an altar. I'm just not. I'm not doing it. Okay, it's coming up on nightfall, so we best be a little bit hurried in our actions here. Here we go. Back to the altar. And let's just slap these cod all over the place. Cod there. Cod here. Gotta rotate this cod and put it there, and then we got a cod over here. Like that. And I bet you it doesn't want the salmon. I bet you it does not want the salmon, so let's just slap in another cod. All the dang day. Cod! A wave washes over the fish, sweeping them away. When the water recedes, you notice something has lodged against the rock. Sinew spindle. A hand-line reel wrapped in a length of stretchy sinew. One end is grafted to a crude bone hook. Coastal, shallow, 6% fishing speed, but it's tiny. It's tiny. So technically, I could install the sinew spindle along with that, along with this, the viscera crane, which would give me access to abyssal, hadal, and coastal and shallow, using only the 1/2 of my storage space. That's interesting. That is interesting. Naturally, it's not a very good fishing line. It's made out of guts, and it was traded for straight cod, which, you know, nobody's going to be impressed by straight cod. Is this? No, it's metal. It's metal. I still need that lumber and cloth, and this is about the safest place to get it as I can possibly manage, you know? Mind you, traveling at night is never a good idea, but like, what's going to happen to me here, right? Alternately, if something is going to happen to me if I do it here, I kind of want to know about it. So I'm going to dredge. I need, what, 1 lumber and 2 cloth? Is that correct? I probably should have checked before I came out here, but I didn't. I also didn't sell my bug-eyed fish here, which I probably should have done. But, whatever. I didn't. If I stay out too late, my light's going to burn out, and that's going to be real bad for my brain. So maybe we'll just get the cloth for now. Head back to town. That seems like a good idea. Hey, look! Sneaky invisible rocks that don't actually exist, but will still bash my hull right up. Yes, they will. So let's not use crazy speed in order to get back. We'll take it nice and easy. Ease our way back to Greater Marrow. Here we are. No problem. No problem at all. Fishmonger, take this, my fish, please. It's nice and fresh. And there we go. Okay. Now, next, let's get to the dry dock. Was it in fact 2 cloth that I needed? It was. Fantastic news, everyone. I did remember a thing for once in my life. Okay, 1 more lumber. I can take care of that in the morning, I'm fairly certain. So let's just get some rest. We'll get some lumber, expand out my ship, and then start looking to head our way over to the next zone. I wonder if I should install a jungle, a mangrove, is that what it's called? Mangrove? A mangrove fishing rod before I head over? Since I know for a fact that there will be mangrove spots over there, based on my encyclopedia alone. Probably not a terrible idea. Alright, lumber. Lumber get! Okay. And that was the last one it had, so that works out nicely, doesn't it? Yes, it do. Yes, it do. Okay. And let's get that expansion funded and created. Dry dock. Here we go. Right there, if you please. $800. A pittance. Do it. Done. Hull refined. I got an achievement for it. Look at me go. Okay. Let's have a look at my hull first off. Oh, look how spacious. Look how spacious. I bet you I'm going to be able to expand out my engine space to take up, these 3 spaces at the very least. Meanwhile, the light has gone to the very front again, which is nice for storage purposes. Yes, overall, I'm quite pleased with this. All right, let me have a look at the dry dock and see what the next few upgrades require, though. Okay, rod spaces. Ah, okay. I feel like that's a low priority right now. 3 lumber, cloth, metal, $120. Okay. 2 net spaces. Oh, right. Because technically at the moment I can't use the big, huge nets, even if I had researched them, because I don't have a space that'll take nets that's 2x3. So that'll have to be a priority if I research those, which I haven't yet, so that's okay. Cargo spaces. I like cargo spaces a lot, but wow, that's expensive. Okay, hang on. 4 lumber, 3 metal, 2 cloth, $300. The money is fine, but the salvage, that's going to take some doing. All right. 1 engine space. Oh, interesting. You can't actually expand out the full engine space thing until you've actually got the final hull upgrade even. I could do 1 more light space. Okay. Got it. Well, I feel like my first priority is going to be the cargo spaces, right? Do I have anything in storage I can shove in there right now? Nobody needs this refined metal, despite me carrying it around all the time, huh? Well, that's a shame, but not a big deal. Okay. Anti-tangle line. I do think I'm going to want that. Let's see here. Wait a second. Not that. Pardon me, excuse me, sorry. If I do get the 2 rod spaces, then I could technically install a mangrove. I could install the new fishing rod here, and I could have this space used up by my 2 viscera rods, and I could have access to absolutely everything. But that seems greedy. I don't know if that's really necessary. Okay. For right now, let me see here. What does my encyclopedia have to say about the Twisted Strand? It's got coastal fish, shallow fish, mangrove fish, and that's it. There's no oceanic fish there, or abyssal, or hadal, or anything like that. So I can safely uninstall my fathomless winch, I do believe. So let's go ahead and do that, huh? Let's uninstall this, send it over to storage. There we go. Then we're going to grab my anti-tangle line. We're going to stick it right here for now, I suppose. Takes 3 hours to do that, but that is okay. All right. So we got that. Now let's grab... I suppose it would have been good planning if I'd put in my trawl nets, but I didn't, and that's going to have to be fine for now. Let's grab some explosives. Grab my crab pots. And then we're gonna... Oh, it's nearly noon. It's nearly noon because I installed a new fishing rod. That probably wasn't the best planning I could have done. Man, so what am I gonna do with the rest of this day? Do I just kill it at the shore? Probably not, right? Surely there's something I can do while I'm here. Of course, why are you loading all this stuff into your boat if you think you're going to do anything here? That's a great question. I don't know. Let's go over to Lesser Marrow and sell off my treasures again, since they are starting to build up again. Even if they're not taking up that much room right now, I may as well clear up my storage as much as I can, you know? Busy work. It's got to be done sometime. All right, trader. Let's see what we got in storage here. Bag of doubloons. Sapphire ring. Sapphire earrings. Lots of sapphires, it turns out. Is that it? Is that all I had for you? That does appear to be all I had for you. Well, fine. Okay. And now let's just... Wait a second. Okay, hang on. Bear with me for just a moment. I swear, when I found that wreck of a ship that looked just like mine but was vaguely different, it was a different colored roof. And I thought the roof of that ship was blue. But the roof of my ship is blue. Oh, that reminds me. Oh, that does remind me. Okay, you remember when I stopped by Greater Marrow and the lighthouse watcher lady said something cryptic about how last time I also thought that I was almost onto something and it didn't work out so hot? And I was like, well, wait a second. Does that mean I am the same person as the collector? I thought we had different colored hair. let me just briefly pull up a picture of the collector over here, and then a picture of me from that intro cinematic. We're probably the same guy, aren't we? This is just a theory, and if I'm right, I really don't want you to tell me. But I kind of theorize that not only are we the same guy, but we might even be the same guy who pulled up the coffin in the first place. In which case, I wonder if our overarching goal is to undo the damage we've done. I don't know. Exit the loop somehow. I don't know what's going on. I don't know how I can possibly be the same guy as another guy who's over there. It doesn't... I don't get it. It's fine, though. It's fine, though. I don't have to understand everything or anything. I don't have to understand much of anything, it turns out. Okay, let me have a look. Was there anything in the Marrows in terms of aberrations I needed to gather? Groupers, but that's night fishing. Reef shark aberration, but that's also night fishing. So it's all night fishing around here. Well, that's fine then. Why don't I just do some more dredging then? If I don't have anything to fish, why don't I just do some dredging and prepare to get some more boat upgrades, you know? Bronze whaler, but I don't have my oceanic stuff in right now. Okay. All I'm seeing is metal collection territory. Let's try around the back of Lesser Marrow. I haven't been over there in a little while since it's inconvenient from my normal routinely visited zones. Maybe something will have repopulated. I honestly don't know if dredge spots ever repopulate. It may be that once you dredge up what there is, there's nothing more. That would actually seem to kind of make sense, wouldn't it? Kind of would. In any case, I need more stuff. So let me just grab some stuff, and then I'll see what I can do with it once I get back to town. No, not that. More dredge. Night is starting to fall. Be aware of it, but don't be panicked by it. Just keep an eye out for threats, and you should be A-okay, probably, maybe. What's this? Scrap, I'll take it. I'll take it, yes I will. It's weird how much lighter it is in the Marrows compared to other regions when it gets dark, yeah? The fog's a lot more choking and oppressive, and there's basically no ambient light at all in other regions. I guess it's just the presence of the lighthouse helps you out a lot. I'm guessing, anyway. But yeah, it's just kind of remarkable. Okay, that's that boat again. That's that boat that's me, isn't it? Is it trying to lead me somewhere? Oh, it's made a noise and it's charging me. Oh, it made a noise and it is a predator. Oh no, my hull. Okay, my engine is disabled. That's okay. It's a predator. It was an anglerfish. I could tell. Okay, I'm too close to the light. It gave up. Oh boy. I thought there was probably more to it than it just vanishing the other time. It's a predator. It's using illusions to try and get me to chase it. And it worked. It absolutely worked. Huh. I didn't have anything fall overboard, did I? Actually, it turns out I got very lucky. I just disabled an engine. Okay. It's actually kind of nice that I'm having this happen here in the Marrows, because if the traveling merchant, in fact, can run out of materials to fix my ship, then it's just as well that I'm fixing them up here, isn't it? Okay. Is there something I can afford immediately? Probably not, huh? Something with metal scrap and cloth? No, there's nothing. Okay. Everything requires at least a little bit of lumber. Well, fine. In that case, let's just start working on gathering the materials for this cargo space upgrade, because that seems fantastically useful. Plus, I have a lot of the exact things I need for it, so let me just slot that there. This over here, and then in storage I have one more scrap, which can go right there, and now I just need 4 lumber, and then we're good to go. Okay, great. Of course, there's no lumber in the direct vicinity as far as I know. Damage to your hull is bound to stop engines and such from functioning right. Be careful near rocks. I was trying, but there was a thing chasing me, I'm afraid. I was not watching where I was going, because I was watching the thing approaching me and morphing into some sort of a monster. I don't know. I got away. We're fine. Oh, ooh. Incandescent array. But I can't possibly. It's 3 by 1. My current ship can't possibly fit this. Even with the upgrade, even if I were to get the lighting upgrade, I still couldn't fit this. This must be a maximum hull upgrade thing, huh? I suppose it must, and that's gonna be a friggin' while, alright? It's gonna take time. Alright, well, with those things fixed, is there anything else I need to take care of? I do not think so. I could probably shuffle this around to be a little more efficient. Oh, you know what? Why don't I sell these basic crab pots? I'm not using them. I'm not going to use them. Why would I? The sampling device, could I safely discard this, do you think? It takes up a lot of space, and it gives me access to something that I have much better ways to do at this point. It seems kind of like something I can afford to get rid of, but doing that sort of thing makes me nervous, you know? I'll hang on to it for just now, but I might not in the future. Anyway, shipwright, will you buy these? No. Fishmonger, will you buy these? You will. Fantastic. All right. Basic crab pot. Gotta hold down. I gotta really mean it. Okay, there we go. There we go. All right. Beautiful. Now then, I guess let's just get some sleep and head out for the Twisted Strand in the morning. Lovely. Okay. All right. So here we go then. Where is it? Northwest. Okay. There's not a whole lot of islands on the way out there, are there? Did I ever investigate the other islands over here next to Steel Point? I don't think I ever did. They're a little bit close to Devil's Spine, which is one of those places where I've been expressly told to never go, although I'm sure I will have to eventually. In the interest of, in the interest of being thorough, why don't we swing over by Steel Point, check out the other islands, then we'll check out these islands, we'll check out these islands, and then we'll head over to the Strand, yeah? Something like that. Seems reasonable. Alright, so first things first, Steel Point. I haven't been back to visit the builder in quite some time. I hope he's doing okay. Nothing I need here. Just figure I better, you know, poke my head into most of these things as I can, just to make sure I'm not passing up something that I actually need. Huh, something I don't... Oh, of course, I've taken out my oceanic rod, so I can't do a whole lot of open ocean fishing. That makes sense. Hello, Builder. How are things? I hope you are well. Builder! She doesn't seem to have anything new to say. Well, that's good, I suppose. Good for her. All right, let's get out. Let's get out of here. All right, what do we have in the general vicinity? Dredging for lumber. We got. I do need lumber, but that doesn't seem like the immediate priority right now. Yeah, I said I wanted to explore islands, not dredge. So stay on target. Let's see here. What's that over there? Bronze whalers. So apparently these islands are inhabited by the same fish that inhabit the Marrows. Good to know, I suppose. Let's just look for any landmarks. I know this is where I found the one, the castaway, who I wound up bringing back to little Lesser Marrow. But usually there are other things of interest in these sort of islands, right? Not always, but it seems like there should be maybe something. There's a beach back here, but no remarkable things to be seen. Okay. I guess let's just go around, and if there was nothing, well, it turns out there was nothing. Oh, there's that hand. Another one of those giant stone hands. The stone hums quietly. Faint shade stamps upon its surface. Place your hand on the stone. It does not respond to your touch. You don't suppose. It just occurred to me, right? It seems like these hand-shaped stones are waiting to respond to something very specific, but I wonder if it's just as simple as being a little bit crazy when you touch them, Now is probably not the time to be testing that particular theory, but I wonder if that's all that it is. Okay. I haven't been around the south edge of the largest island over here, but I feel like I checked that out back when I found the castaway, and there wasn't much else to see, right? That's where I found the castaway. Maybe I didn't actually go down there? Maybe I didn't actually go down there. It seems pretty quiet. Okay. Yep, there's nothing here. All right, well, that's fine. And now it's already 1:40 because I've been tooling around too much. So why don't I grab that lumber, right? Why don't I grab that lumber? We'll take it back to where the builder resides, and we'll spend the night there. I can put it in my storage and have it ready when I get to the Twisted Strand and ostensibly find the pontoon, the local pontoon, you know? Here we go. I need, what, 3 lumber, was it? 4 lumber? It was, oh, this one is depleted. Okay. I do get the impression that perhaps Dredge does not restock, which would make sense, honestly. It's not like more people are crashing their boats every dang day. It's just not how it works. Don't need that, I need lumber, so let's just head over here. Low stock, but that's okay. 1 or 2. I'll take whatever I can get. Plus, this is directly by the builder's place, so this should be nice and convenient, even with the sun going down. Which it has. Like it do. Oh, research part. Nice, I suppose. Not what I was looking for, but I'll absolutely take it. Can't be too much left here. That was it. Okay. So I need 1 more log, lumber, plank, whatever you want to refer to it as, and then I should be able to get myself some more cargo space, which is a very good thing as far as I'm concerned. Let's get some sleep, though. Since this is... Oh, wake up. Hold it. Hold it. Oh. Wow, that thing's right there. That thing's right there. It's causing me some panic as well. I wish it wasn't there. I want to know what that aberration is over there. Okay, it sounds like it's gone a safe distance away. Is that thing going to be more aggressively present now that I know what it is? Now that I know that it's hunting me? That's just arrow squids. I don't think I need the arrow squid aberration, do I? Encyclopedia. Quickly. Marrows, arrows. Yeah, I've gotten them. And we're good. Okay. Then let's just get some more sleep. And pretend we didn't see anything. Lovely. Okay. Oh, before I go, I should get this lumber offloaded into my storage for sure. Otherwise, I'm not going anywhere. Storage. You as well. Okay, great. 1 more chunk of research equipment, and I should be able to research the best engine, although it may not be the best time for that just yet. Okay. Let's have a look here. I've explored these. I haven't explored these or any of these 2 here. Let's get to it. Now that there's no longer a hostile organism patrolling the nearby waters. Well, I mean, there could be, but it's not one that I've seen at the very least. A strange, unknown hostile organism, perhaps. There's a boat, but it looks like it's okay. It's just got shinies on it. It's probably just a looting point, right? This looks like treasure. Indeed it is. I'm hesitant to go for the dredge just now. Let's check this out first. You pull up alongside a boat at anchor. There are signs of life on board, but nobody appears to greet you. Calling out seems like a terrible idea based on what I know about the other boats in this particular region. Oh, that reminds me of another thing. Another thing I realized between episodes. When I tried to go fish in that off-area spot and that gigantic, enormous spine surfaced on its way to destroy me, and I managed to escape because I have, crazy speed, I believe that means I can't leave, doesn't it? That was a border guard, I'm pretty sure. That was... If I leave the main territory that this game is taking place in, that thing happens, I would be willing to bet you. I don't honestly know. I haven't tried to go outside another border of the area, but I'm guessing that's what it is, right? So essentially I'm stuck here. I have no idea how I got here in the first place, but if I'm someone who is already here in the, like if I'm here in another form, i.e. the collector, which again, I don't know if I'm right about that, but, well, something weird's going on here, that's all. And I can't leave. So I really don't have a choice, but doing the thing I'm doing. Just so we all know that. Anyway, let's call out to this uninhabited boat, which is maybe inhabited. Let's kind of hope it's not. Almost immediately, a small slot in the door snaps open. A pair of frantic eyes peer out at you. Okay, there's someone here. Who goes there? A fisherman, a monster, nobody. I mean, based on what the locals probably know of the fisherman, a fisherman is probably just as good as a monster. But I see no reason to lie to you just yet. I'm a fisherman. What do you want? I was just checking to see if you're okay. I guess I was doing that. Do I seem okay? No, I am very much not okay. I'm supposed to be delivering this package to Little Marrow, but I'm being stalked. A huge leviathan lurks in these deep waters. I've seen it. It hung in the water, its gaping mouth just below the boat. It would have swallowed this vessel whole if I hadn't bolted for the shallows. I'm not going any further into this accursed island chain. I could deliver the package to Little Marrow for you. I mean, I'll probably get hunted by that same leviathan, but I could absolutely do that. I just came from that direction. You would? Well, that would work, I guess. All right. Large package addressed to the dock worker at Little Marrow. It's dense, damp, and very sticky. This is a great idea. This is a great idea. I can't see anything going wrong with this. The courier pushes a lumpy brown package through the door hole. It squelches slightly as you take it in your hands. Dark fluid oozes from one corner. Thank you, stranger. This is bound for the dock worker at Little Marrow. I'm not sure what's inside, but listen, I know this sounds crazy. Sometimes I think I can hear the faintest of whispers coming from it. Now, I'm not supposed to be transporting live goods. Don't have the equipment for it, so just be careful with this thing, whatever it is. Here, why don't you take this too? Hey, a book. Cool, thanks. Again, an item emerges from the door hole. This time, a book is pushed through and thuds onto the deck below. You pick it up. I'll be on my way whenever the coast is clear. Safe travels. Hoo boy. Well, at least it was not a crazy person. As far as I can tell. Probably not a crazy person yet. Between the two of us, I'm probably the crazier one. A lot of treasure to be dredged over here. But that's not what I'm after, I'll be honest with you. Alright, let's see here. That does seem to be the major point of interest over here, huh? A leviathan in the deep waters. Well, I guess better just keep my hand on the speed button as we go back to Marrow's. Right, Little Marrow's on the far island, but it's not far away. That said, I have absolutely heard roaring and felt rumbling while passing through these waters. I would not be surprised if I don't witness a little bit more of that on the way here, but so far we seem to be good. Convenient. That? Very convenient. Not that I'm complaining, mind you. Not that I'm complaining in the least. Oh, you know what? If I'd been smart, I would have dredged up that treasure and brought it with me and sold it to the trader while I'm in Little Marrow. But I didn't. Or Lesser Marrow? That's the one. It is Little Marrow. Why do I always call it Lesser Marrow? Because the other one's Greater Marrow, and so I assume it's going to be... Okay, listen, it's fine. Dock worker. How's the day treating you? I've got a package for you. Hang on. Before I go, I want to just make sure it doesn't look any different in my inventory. It doesn't. Okay. All right, dock worker, sorry. Right, I got a package for you. A delivery, huh? Oh, it's a big one. Let me see. He takes the large package and examines it gently with his hands. He lifts it to one ear and listens for a while. He seems satisfied. Much appreciated, friend. Now, if you'll excuse me, wish me luck. With what? He turns and hurries off down the dock without another word to you, or compensation. And now he's gone. Great. Wow, I'm nearly done with my book. This other one is called Getting Over It with Mind and Body. Oh, that is absolutely a Getting Over It with Bennett Foddy reference. They do seem to like to make those references to that particular game in other games, don't they? They do indeed. Okay, great. Well, the dock worker's gone. I wonder if he'll be back. Guess I should probably check in on him later. Or something. I have to imagine that's not the end of that particular chain of events. That said, I did get compensated for the courier job before I took off, so I can't really complain too much. Advanced fishing. Reading complete. Check cabin for bonuses. Okay, let's do it. Advanced fishing. This is more like it. There were quite a few surprises in this book, and I've certainly learned a thing or two from it. These grip techniques should put less strain on my back. Rods will reel fish in 15% more efficiently. Wow. If that stacks, then we're in really good shape. Okay, well, let's go ahead and read Getting Over It with Mind and Body. Probably will take me a minute, but that is okay. That's a lot of open water between me and where I'm going. Where I'm going, incidentally, is here. And the music definitely seems nervous about me setting out this direction. Well, I have no guarantee that there will be any place for me to stay the night out there, but worst comes to worst, I can always warp out, you know? Okay, that's just cod. That's nothing to be concerned about. What is... Hang on a second. What is that? Oh, it's just trees. Okay, for a second it looked like some kind of a mansion or something, which would be a weird thing to find on a little island like that. Let's just put some speed on, partially because the day's a wasting, partially because I'm nervous about whatever monster theoretically may be out here, according to the courier. What we got here? Abyssal. Well, I can't possibly do anything with that. Regrettable, but such is life. I'm not nearly as close to that island as I thought I was, huh? Alright, let's get some more speed going then. Because it's already coming up on 2 o'clock. Let's try and make as efficient use of my engine as possible. Let it cool all the way down, then we put on speed again. Here we go. I genuinely don't know if this helps. But it's the best idea I've got. Wow, I nearly broke my engine just now. I'm going the wrong direction. That's the island I'm going to, huh? That is the island I'm going to. Okay, well, let's adjust heading. And go. Getting a little bit panicked, but that's okay. Nearly 3 o'clock. But we're also nearly where I'm going. I don't see a dock at the moment, which is a concern. But I do see something. So let's investigate the something, and then we'll go from there, huh? What am I looking at? Oh, it's another cultist. Oh, good. You approach a hooded figure. Deep violet robes mask their face completely. Fisherman, feed. The person appears to forget the rest of what they were about to say. Well, I feel like I know where they were going with that. Feed. The mouth. The hooded figure reveals a scroll. They gesture to a picture shown at the top. It's a tarpon. I've never heard of a tarpon. I certainly don't have access to giving you a tarpon. No tarpon for you. Alright, well, if this friggin' guy is here, that means there probably isn't going to be a dock here, is there? Alright, well, let me just mark your location then, I guess. Right here, we got a cultist. He's a purple cultist, which is why he gets a purple mark. Let's go around the edge. Look for docks. Oh, there's something. That is not a dock. Regrettably, that is not a dock. What the heck is it? It's some kind of a flying... It's an airplane, isn't it? It looks like an airplane. Well, I should be able to inspect it if I get a little closer here. Oh, no! It's not! It was a trap. It was another one of those friggin' crabs. Huh. Alright. So it's purely... There are a lot of predators around here, aren't there? Just waiting to draw me in so they can try and smash me good. Backing up is hard. Hang on. Do I want to dredge this? It's nearly 6 o'clock. Things are going to get very unsafe very quickly, and there is nothing else around. Are you sure about this? It's probably not a great idea, is it? And there's absolutely not a dock here, is there? I haven't been all the way around the island. My brain has recovered, so theoretically I could teleport out pretty handily, but that's a lot of setback. I was kind of hoping there would be a dock here, but no such luck. All right, listen, just find out what it is. I can always teleport out if it gets real bad, right? Right. I'm sure it's fine. A sextant! A sextant! A surprisingly intact navigational tool. Its complex mechanisms have seized up, but this could still be valuable to the right dealer. Given that there's only one dealer, let's just hope that he's the right one. Checking around the back, I don't expect to find much. A beach with no particular features to be noted. Okay. Okay. Yeah, this is all there is to see at this particular island. Well, alright, we're going to have to accept a little bit of a setback because I am in danger. And let's get out of here. My brain is not well, but I am well, so that's okay. Let's just have a little nap in my own backyard, seemingly, as far as I can tell. Here we go. No problem. We're doing fine. Okay. Great. Great work, everyone. We've safely done it. I'm not sure what it is in this case, but we've done it. Okay. I could stop by Little Marrow and sell the sextant. That probably is a good idea. Let's go ahead and do it. I sure do lean pretty heavily on the brain-draining speed button these days, don't I? I was so hesitant to use it at first, but now it's just become part of my routine. That's probably not good. Sextant. He'll give me $88 for it. That's pretty good. Absolutely. All yours. Did I have anything else to give him? I don't think I did. Nah, that was it for now. I just was here selling stuff, so that tracks. All right. Now then, we got to go here. And I think that's the last place I meant to visit, isn't it? I already visited this. I haven't been there, but we'll get to that later. All right, yes, I'm going to go here. Probably would have had a straighter shot at it from Blackstone. But a little bit late to be thinking about that now. Let me just work my way through this straight here. Try and save some time. What was that? Oh, it's just eels. That's just eels, okay. For a second, I thought it was more lumber, you know? I do need one more after all, so I'm keeping an eye out. I'm trying to. Okay. My heading should be dead on. Let's just head straight ahead. Theoretically, there should be something there. Sailfish, can't catch it. That's okay. Let me have a quick look around. Listen to my brains frying. Sounds like victory. All right. Onward. I'm not heading for the old fortress, right? I didn't somehow mess that up. That looks a little bit like the fortress. I am a little bit too far. That is the fortress, isn't it? I need to go straight west. Okay. Here we go. This ought to do me. This ought to do me nice. What's this? What are you? Some kind of cod. Standard cod, I do believe. So let's just keep moving. Not worry about it. Yeah, that's the island right there. That's the one I want. Man, cool down, would you, engines? I know, I'm going really fast all the time, but it's not that bad, right? It's not that bad. Could be worse. Hello, whale, you scared me. Everything scares me these days. I've already visited that particular spot. I think I definitely can't fish from it. I did not bring my abyssal rod, and that is just fine. The panic's wearing off, so let's lean back onto my brain a little bit. There we go. Well, this place looks largely abandoned. Maybe it's just about the local dredge being something? That's a red snapper. Guess we're seeing stellar basin fish here, huh? Certainly we're getting stellar basin sound effects and environmental factors, so that makes sense, I suppose. What's this one here? Anything of note? More red snappers. Okay. There was a dredge spot over here, but it seemed to be for treasure, which is not my top priority, but I'll take it, certainly. Yeah, all right. Let's see what you got. May as well find something, having come out here, you know? And if this is all there is, fancy boot. It's a fancy boot. A large and sturdy-looking boot. Waterlogged leather straps are laced through shiny metal clasps. I can't imagine that's going to be particularly valuable, but okay, I got a boot. I did it. I got the boot. All right. All right. Can I make it? I have to assume this is the pontoon, right? Can I make it there safely? It's nearly 4 o'clock already because I spent time dredging. I guess all I can do is try. So try I shall. And if I wind up dying, well, that'll be a real shame, won't it? It'll also be a novelty because I've never died before. Well, at least this time around, you know. This particular fisherman, the one I'm controlling, has never died. Although I'm rapidly becoming convinced that that is not the full breadth of this particular fisherman's experience. Alright, we're back at the place with the mimic and the cultist. All right. Nearly there, but the sun is setting. This is probably not a great idea, the thing I'm doing right now. Let's try and maintain as much speed as we can. That must be the pontoon there, right? That set of lights right there. That's got to be. Of course, I don't know what kind of threats are going to be in the Twisted Strand, but I just sort of have to count on the idea that they're going to be on the inside of the maze rather than where I am right now. That would be a real issue, were it otherwise. The panic is setting in pretty strongly. Unsurprising that. Let's just try and go nice and steady at this point. That sure looks like a pontoon. I sure hope that's the pontoon. A lot of nasty business seems to be going on over there. I'm not going to worry about it right now. It's the pontoon. Thank goodness. Hello, trader. I assume? Rickety pontoon. Traveling merchant. Here we are. Hello.
Oh.
How are you? Hey again, come by for a chat? I guess you could say. What can you tell me about the Twisted Strand? Not much, to be honest. I've gone inside just the once. I sailed into that lagoon behind us and saw I could go left, right, or straight ahead. Something about the place seemed off. Through the fog, it seemed like the trees were moving. I can't explain it. I turned around and sailed right back out. Good. I sometimes use this spot to rest up for a few days. The sunrises are particularly striking through the haze. Never do any regular business here, of course. Is there anything else you wanted to talk about? I guess it makes sense you wouldn't do much regular business on account of there's probably nobody here, but, I'm here now. Hello. You don't buy boots, do you? Almost certainly not, but at least I can throw this in my storage now. Let's just check and see what the shipyard has to offer today. Nothing out of the ordinary. I see you also have the incandescent array, but not much I can do with that. Ah, and she's restocked research parts. Okay. Well, I'm inclined to go ahead and grab one. We'll throw that right in storage. Theoretically, now, I could research the best engine. Or the best engine that I'm capable of researching, anyway. I think I'll leave the other one alone for just now. I mean, I have plenty of money. Maybe I should just buy it. Maybe I should just buy it. Yeah, sure. There we go. That'll be fine. I have so much money, after all. So, let's have a quick look at my research section. The anti-tangle line I already have. If I wanted to be able to dredge here, I would need the silt filtering trawl net. Okay. I should probably check and see if that's something I'm going to need to do, is trawl here. The fact that I can trawl in mangroves suggests that it certainly might be a thing I need to do. Let me check my encyclopedia real quick. Twisted Strand, right? Rod and trawl, rod and trawl, rod and trawl, rod and trawl, rod and trawl. Okay, so while it would be a little bit faster to trawl while I'm here, I am not in any... I shouldn't be having any difficulty if I do not. Also, I should be distributing crab pots between 0 and 10 meters, and also 5 and 25 meters. So if I can find a spot to deploy crab pots between 5 and 10 meters, I should have access to everything possible over here. Possibly. Provided I'm understanding how it works. And I think I am. In any case, let's have a rest right now. I feel like exploring this place on a, fresh brain seems, with the sun up, seems like a very good idea. Great. There we are. And I didn't get that wood, did I? The lumber that I needed for... Oh, I got some of it. Let's go ahead and distribute that out to free up my storage real quick. There we are. Storage. That there. There we go with one of these here. And the final one right over there. Okay, so one more of those. And more cargo space is mine. Okay. Wow, that is quite a sunrise. The fog is very thick out here, huh? Even during the day? That seems concerning. Yeah, it sure seems like it. Okay. There is a sequence of islands over here which I should check out at some point, but... Wait, did I bring my crab pots with me? Yes, I did. Okay. Let's look for places to distribute them while I'm here. A few crabs here. Maybe go for a deeper water a little bit here. Plenty, and it's between the two ranges I just mentioned. So yes, let's distribute our crabs here. Crab pots, rather. Here. And there. Great. That should be good, I think. I don't know that I'm going to wind up needing these, but let's bring them with for my first excursion. Having the lights on seems like a very good idea. Not that I ever turn them off, but you know, particularly here, it seems like a good idea. Okay. What am I even looking at? Is that a trap? It looks like a... Oh, I'm feeling vibrations already. Oh! There's a thing over there. There's a thing over there. Some kind of a tendril. Could be an eel, could be an arm. I'm not really sure what I'm looking at, but it probably isn't something I want to have notice me, huh? I could banish it, but that seems a little bit aggressive, given that I don't understand what I'm dealing with just yet, you know? Okay, let's try and catch some fish, because it's not doing anything to me right now, so maybe we're okay? Sergeant fish. Okay. Let me just put that right down here. Sometimes called the snook, this drab fish feeds on anything smaller than itself, including juveniles of its own species. Ah, cannibalism. Lovely. All right. Well, I got that. Oh, the tendril's gone. Oh, good. Good. Okay. Is this, in fact... It looks like a trap, right? There's nothing there but the trap, so I'm guessing if anything goes under there, the thing snaps down on top of it. So maybe I could charge through there and get something that was chasing me caught by it? Best guess? Not really sure. What is making the music get all crazy on me? All right, let's go ahead and catch this, whatever it is. I missed! Oh, no! That was a trophy, even. I got a gar. All right, let's have a look at this gar. An exceptionally long and slender fish. Strong scales stretch down the length of its body. All right. Cool, thanks. I feel like usually if the music wants to make unusual noises, it means that something is up, you know? But maybe that's just what the music's like around here. What is that? What is that? It's a sign. Arrow pointing to the right. I mean, I suppose I should probably trust it. Okay, there are a sequence of those. Okay. I wonder if I was just supposed to see that tendril early on and be like, oh, I wonder what that is, and then it'll vanish and present itself later, I have no doubt, yes? We got a tarpon. Oh, hey! That one cultist wants a tarpon, doesn't it? A powerful fish capable of bursts of energy, well-suited to dashing into the mangrove roots to take cover. Despite that, it's actually in the shallows, not the mangrove spots. But that's okay. There is a lot more wooden creaking than I would expect from just average trees hanging around. That's treasure. I'm not fussed about that just now. Ah, there's a bottle over there. Oh, okay. There's a vibration. Keep an eye out for tendrils, I guess. Ah, that's the spot. That's the spot. Okay. That's where I was supposed to start my search. I remember. Let's see if there's anyone here, huh? I'd be surprised if the... Whoa, ho, 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 ho. A large man is watching you through the billowing smoke of a campfire, idly carving away at a wooden stake. He stands as you pull ashore. Airman. Stranger, from that look on your face, I'd say you've encountered the local wretches. Take a seat. The local wretches? I mean, I saw one, but it didn't encounter it specifically. It sort of vanished when I wasn't looking. You join him by the fire. I've been trying to rid them from this accursed jungle ever since we wrecked here. I'm not sure what your voice is. I'm not sure what I'm doing here. You're missing an arm. I didn't even notice that until just now. My condolences on your not arm. Anyway, the boys called them mind suckers on account of them, well, affecting the mind. They made us see things, do things. I'd ask you for safe passage away from here, but not until after I've avenged my squadron. I suspect that what happened to them is in fact the local wretches, or possibly you, because of the mind effects. Perhaps you did something to them, but let's hear what happened to them. A number of us went down in the fog, crashing into trees or ditching into the water. Those that survived rallied here, under the boughs of this giant tree. But it offered us scant protection. Before help could arrive, our numbers quickly dwindled, picked off by the fiends in the forest. I've met a few would-be rescuers over the years, but none would help me in my fight. Are you any different to the rest? I can help. I'll help you. I figured you'd be up for it. Look, listen up. First, we need to find the lost pieces of my squadron's mortar. We'll use that to bombard the beasts. Other planes went down to the north and east of where we are now. I'll mark the possible crash sites on your map. You go and see what you can salvage. What am I supposed to be doing? You need to find the lost pieces of my squadron's mortar. I've marked some locations to search on your map. Let me know how you get on. How will you honor your squad mates? I've hung a few of their dog tags up on the tree behind me. It seemed fitting enough. But I've only got tags from the ones You must understand, I never found all of their bodies. If you happen to find any of their dog tags, I could add them to the tree with their brothers. I have a number of mechanical doodads that you might find useful. Here, take this one, in good faith. I'll give you more for each tag you bring me. Okay, so more research parts. Cool. Thank you. Why were you wanting dog tags again? I mean, I'll ask it just so I see what you have to say, but I'm pretty sure I know why you want them. I want to hang the dog tags of my fallen squad mates in the tree behind me. Right. I'll give you some componentry for each tag you bring me. Got it. Yes. Are there any shipwrecks around here? I seem like I'm getting off task, but okay. Shipwrecks? No. Anything that meets its end here is quickly swallowed by the silt. Fair enough. So don't even try and dredge around here unless it's treasure, which is probably going to be dog tags, come to think on it. Tell me about the mine suckers. Devilish creatures through and through. They'll stalk you along the waterways and emerge suddenly, screeching their terrible song. The first time it happened to me, I saw shadows of my squad mates reaching out to me in a feverish dream. When I finally snapped out of it, I was covered in bloody scratches. They must have sent me running through the foliage. Since then, I've done my best to avoid the fiends. Their senses seem to be based on movement, so move carefully. Well, I appreciate that tidbit of information. Thank you. So if I see one pop up, maybe don't move for a little while? Maybe that's why that one sank back down into the water after I saw it? Could be. I'm not quite sure. Alright. Well, I'm dead center to this place, right? I absolutely am. And the nearby wrecks are not that nearby at all, which is not surprising. Let's try and ease my way out of here and head back to the pontoon for just now, yeah? I want to sell off these fishes and maybe drop off the one that I need to drop off with the cultist before it goes bad on me, you know? Keep an eye out for rumbles. Not an eye exactly, but you know. If I feel a rumble, gotta keep an eye out for those. Like that. I felt a rumble just now. I might be being stalked right now. Okay. Moving carefully then. I do wish that someone would tell me about that dangling trap there. I feel like it's kind of stupid to just, wander into it, but I also don't know what else I can possibly do to interact with it. Who knows, maybe I can use it to get a fiend off of me who's in pursuit. Unclear. Okay. More vibrations just happened. Hopefully that was whatever it was that was stalking me. Giving up. I hope. Fish market. Alright, let's see here. Let's sell the gar, $44. I'll take it. And we'll sell the sergeant fish for $33. I'll take it. The tarpon would be worth $26, except that I absolutely need it for just now because I need to go feed its heart to a dude that I don't even know. Because, I'm a little bit trusting, it turns out. Or at least I'm a little bit desperate for information. What was that just now? There was something over to the left. There was something to my left. Something surfaced at the... There was something dark. There was a dark shape over here. Maybe I'm seeing things. Alright. For right now, let's get out of here. I need to head south and a little bit west. Alright, let's go. Easy on the brain now. There are not too many places to rest out there. I have to remember that. We need to just stop by the cultist, get him the fish he wants, then turn right around and come back, spend the night at the pontoon. I'm fairly certain that wandering around the strand at night would be about as stupid as possible. Because if these things are basing their senses on movement, the only advantage I have is vision. And at night, I don't have vision. That's what I'm getting at here. 4 o'clock. Just about to the cultist. My engine cooled down for a second. Trying to be a little bit hyper-cautious, you know? There we are. Feed the mouth. Yes, I shall. I came specifically to do just that. Here you go, have a tarp on. Have a pop over. There you go. They hold the fish in front of their face, studying it with a tightening grip. After a few seconds, the fish collapses in... I beg your pardon? The fish collapses in on itself under the pressure. Well, I suppose they were just crushing it to death. Okay. All right. The figure looks through the gory mess and picks out the heart, placing it onto their tongue. Sustain the mind. They show you another scroll. This one shows a horseshoe crab. Okay, well, I don't have one of those yet, but I do have my pots distributed, so maybe tonight or tomorrow, probably more likely tomorrow. I'm not coming back here tonight. In fact, I'm heading back to the pontoon right now, thank you very much. Might scoop up my crabs on the way, but we are not going on any other missions at the moment, on account of it's already getting quite dark. Why can't I not see the light from the pontoon? Am I just too far away? Could be. Can't catch that. Far too oceanic. All right. The lights are gone. Why? Okay, I was just too far away. It's fine. It's fine. I see him now. That over there is what? Mystery coastal fish. Okay, well, let's grab that while I'm here. Bink. Bonk. Gray mullet. I saw the line in the picture there on the left. There's a line in the circle surrounding it, and it looked like it had a knife attached to its tail, and I was going to be very impressed with its initiative. A plain fish, often found in sandy or muddy areas, one of a few species that can survive in brackish water. I bet it doesn't taste very good. I bet it's not going to sell for very much. That's okay, though. Let's go get my crab pots. That's the wrong tool, my friend. Here we go. Put on some speed. The panic builds quickly out here, and I guess that makes a lot of sense. It's a hostile region, to be sure. Okay, we have a giant mud crab. Highly cannibalistic, these crabs have been known to devour their soft-shelled brothers after molting. Man, everything around here wants to eat its own kind, huh? I am suddenly reminded of the man with the mustache and the missing arm and the missing compatriots whose bodies went missing. I hadn't thought about that. I shouldn't jump to conclusions. Maybe he's not a cannibal. He might not be a cannibal. I was about to say he's probably not a cannibal, but I don't want to go that far. There we go, horseshoe crab. It looks freakish and unnatural, but this ancient relic of the past sells well. Interesting. Sells well, huh? I'm actually going to leave it here, I think. I'm going to leave it here because I might need it in the morning if that's the only one I catch, you know? Sells well or no, I need to deliver its heart to a local, patron? All right. Let's see what we got here. The crabs are worth $60 each, which is nice. The gray mullet, $12. Lovely. Well, you know what? I'll still take it. All right. Probably not going to be making a whole lot of money while I'm here. I probably should have expected there would be regions where you don't make much money, but for some reason it didn't cross my mind. Okay, let's see here. And there is indeed, I haven't seen much of anything for actual dredge work out here. So, is there anything I need from you? What was that noise just now on the right? I heard a weird noise on the right. Oh, you already have more research parts. Amazing. Then maybe I should research something, since I have so many bits for it. Coastal, shallow, and oceanic all built into one rod seems nice, but for that I need to do this research and this research. I need a grand total of 11 research parts. The engine would take 5, not 6 like I've been thinking. Or alternately, I could do 5 of these, which theoretically might be better if I understand how that one book's effects work. Which I might not. I'm not really positive on that one. Better crab pots. I could get pretty far on this. I could fully research out crab pots. I could get the ideal crab pots. Okay. And there's the trawl nets. But again, the fish out here are not particularly valuable, so I'm not sure that's a great expenditure of resources, particularly when I don't have the extra rod spaces actually installed into my new hull, you know? We could do the large trawl net, but again, that's also not a great idea with where I am right now. Okay. Okay. In which case, I think either a lot of pot research, or split it between pots and engines, right? I'm pretty happy with my speed right now. Maybe the crab pot development is the thing to do. Because here's the thing about crab pot enhancements, is that you want all of them, but you're not going to get all of them until you fully research the crab pot. So why don't I just do that now? Sure, I have the mouth of the deep, but these will probably be better than that. Let's just do it. Complex crab pot. A better and stronger crab pot. This should be last longer and be more reliable at catching creatures. Cool, I'm not going to buy any. Massive crab pot. The use of strong but lightweight alloys in construction results in a durable and spacious trap. Reinforced crab pot. The most durable crab pot ever constructed. Just make sure you return to collect your haul before something else does. Ominous? Does that happen? I don't know. Researcher pots. I got an achievement. Look at me go. 9 days, yields 3 crabs per day, capacity 6 by 5, which I think makes it smaller than the maw, but not by much. I think the maw is 6 by 6, isn't it? Well, I'm not positive about that. Reinforced crab pot, $270. A pittance. Give it. Okay. And it's not too bad for space usage either, considering that all the upgraded crab pots take 2 by 2. That's not bad at all. All right. Before I get some rest tonight, why don't I deploy this crab pot? I'm going to put it out near the other ones, because that seems to be the perfect spot for it. Oh, good. We have a crazy patch. A crazy cloud. Here we go. Plenty. It's below 5 meters. I want a little bit deeper. There we go. All right. Back to dock. Oh, there goes my lights already. Great. Apparently you really don't want to be out at night here. Understood. Understood. I'll get some sleep then, why don't I? Maybe it's a factor of how much panic you have going on at the given time. Okay. Great. Let me just turn my lights back on. There we go. All right. All right. Well, the first wreck is not that deep in, as long as I can go that direction. So why don't we try to go that direction and see how bad it gets? Watch for tendrils. There's one right there. Hold very still and see what happens. I think that was the right answer. Okay, the wreck is right there, but I need a better approach to it. What do we have here? That's gars. I don't need a gar. Okay, there's one there. I see you. Presumably you see me. Hold very still. And just wait it out. Time doesn't pass if I'm not moving anyway, so what possible disadvantage is there? Now, I don't know that I'm correct, that if it vanishes, then I'm safe. But I'm thinking I probably am, since I'm not experiencing any panic. Of course, I'm also about to travel real close to where that one just was. A lot of mushrooms here, by the way. Haven't seen that elsewhere. Something added to cabin. Let's have a look at it. Messages. Question marks. It feels like years since I have been warm. I do not expect him to write. I just need to know that he thinks of me from time to time. The next few lines have been smudged out. He must return. More angry smudging follows. I have written him another letter. This will be the last one. Provided these are all written by the same person, It's still presumably the fiancé of the... or wife? One of the two. Of the guy who dredged up the coffin. Who may or may not be me. For all I know. I think I'm... Oh, I see. Yes, that is way more airplane-shaped than that crab was. I wondered why it didn't look quite like an airplane. It's because it was a giant crab attempting to be an airplane. I called it a mimic earlier. That seems apt, you know? Also, someone in the comments may or may not have mentioned something about mimic crabs. And I may have used the term without thinking about it. Let's have whatever this is. Regardless of the fact that the music is trying to kick in on me right now. Mortar barrel. Oh, right, that's what I was looking for, was parts of the mortar. I remember. Got it. Okay. I can't actually check out the site of the wreck, unfortunately. That's going to have to be okay. Metal dredge. I wonder if there could be dog tags in with the metal, though. Let's have a look. And let's also hope that those tendrils don't come back if I hang out in the area dredging. Huh? I sure hope not. Otherwise, I'm in for a rude surprise. Okay, just metal scraps. Nothing else to see here. Well, that's fine. I'm going back to my initial assumption that the dog tags are probably in treasure dredge spots, if anywhere. All right. There's a root. Try and be careful. There we are. And keep an eye out for those tendrils. I don't know what causes them to come back, if anything. Presumably, I don't want to return to... Well, I could... Oop, there's vibration. Keep an eye out. Listen. Watch. I see nothing. I feel... Okay, there's something behind me. There's something behind me. There's something behind me. We're going. We're leaving. It's still behind me. I'm still feeling vibrations. I'm gonna park real quick. And hopefully we're good. Hopefully we're relatively safe. I forgot about the friggin' cultist. I forgot all about him. Okay, hang on. I didn't look at this. Mortar barrel. A long barrel with an attached sight. Okay, that's convenient and all, but it also takes up a lot of space. So let's throw all this stuff in my storage for right now. Just have to remember to come back and get it later. Also, I haven't noticed any places I need explosives, so I'm going down to just one for now. Now let's try and visit our cultist friend, because it takes me out of this region right now, and I'm afraid I'm being stalked. And I don't know what to do with that information. Okay. Just one horseshoe crab for now. The rest can stay in the traps for the moment. All right. South and west. This way. Roughly this direction. Watch out for leviathans, I guess. Since I hear they, you know, hang out in the deep water. From that one guy that one time. Plus, I have seen, you know, a couple here and there. Not the ones that hang out in the deep water in the center of this zone, but nevertheless, I've seen some monsters. I have some nerves about it. 4 o'clock already. Let the engine cool down. We'll try and be a little more efficient in my travels. There we go. And here's the cultist. Try not to break your engine trying to feed this person. Sustain the mind, that's that one. Let's see the scroll. Here's a crab for you. I brought it special for you. The figure turns the crab over to expose its soft underbelly. They scoop out its innards with sharp fingernails, consuming them blindly. Consume the sky. The figure slowly reveals the final scroll. This one holds a picture of a barrel eye? That's very inconvenient. I absolutely don't have one for you. That's very inconvenient, though. For a barrel eye, I have to go back to the stellar basin, activate the device, catch a barrel eye. Wait, were they Hadal? Or were they Abyssal? They were Abyssal, weren't they? Abyssal, I think. Stellar basin, barrel eye. Abyssal indeed. Okay. Day or night. but definitely in the cellar basin. Okay, it's 4:40. Could I make it to the fortress from here? It's about equidistant from where I am as to the rickety pontoon, so theoretically, yes, I should be able to make it. Let's head to the fortress. Apparently, I have an unusual mission. Plus, I'll be honest with you, the Twisted Strand is making me friggin' nervous, so I don't mind taking a step away for just a minute. Alright, there's the fortress, absolutely. Plus, it'll be nice to check in with the researcher, see how she and her dog are doing. See if she has a name for her dog that she would feel like sharing. Possibly not, but you never know. Most people don't want to share names around here, but come to think on it, given that this is the kind of scenario that it is, I guess it's not surprising people don't want to share their names. You don't want to give your name to just anything in a game like this, or a scenario like this. It doesn't have to be a game. There go my brains. There go my brains. Hello, I'm here now. Hello, researcher. How are you doing? I don't think you have anything you need to talk to me about, but that's okay. Goodbye. Good to see you. I'll just be asleep in my boat. All right. Let's go activate the device. I don't need to. I just need to find a barrel eye. Loose jaw. Oh, no. I don't have a thing for fishing them up. Okay. The thing about that is, I just need to access my storage. This is a really awkward angle to be. There we go. I can access my storage here, right? Yes, I can. Okay. We'll take out this thing. The sinew spindle. No, that's coastal and shallow. Dang it. Okay, that's not going to help. The viscera crane would take 4 hours to install. So would the fathomless winch, presumably, and it is a great deal faster and better, so for right now, let's just swap it in for this guy. Swift... Achievement unlocked. Swift Reaper. I wonder what that means. I guess it just means I fish really fast with that thing I just installed? I assume that's what it means. It's now 10:30. But at least I can catch the fish I'm here to catch. I'll take it as a win. Alright. Now I need to find a barrel eye, and I genuinely have no idea where I caught it last time. Barracuda. That didn't look correct. That's a loose jaw. Hammerhead shark. Mystery fish. In the distance. Probably one of those open water fishes, if I had to guess. That's the giant amphipods over there. Lumber dredge. Convenient. I do need some of that. But not immediately. I don't see a barrel eye from here. I feel like where I caught it last time was kind of to the south. So let's sort of head south, right? Head south and keep a sharp eye out. It's also already 11:20, so don't forget the time as you're doing this. That's a sunfish, if I'm not mistaken, based on the silhouette of it. But it's also right on the edge of the zone, which makes me really nervous, based on my experience out there from last time. Sharks all over the dang place. But no abyssal spots. Okay. At the moment, no abyssal spots. There's a thing right over there. Red snapper. More sharks. More snappers. More sharks. More snappers. More sharks. Let's see here. Is there really nothing else? Anglerfish over there. But again, I am pretty nervous about going off the southern edge of this zone. I know what happens when I do that. It hurts. Well, no, it doesn't. I don't know that it hurts. It could be deadly for all I know. I did manage to dodge said hazard. Barrel eye. That's way over there, man. Okay. Okay. But if that thing comes and tries to eat me, I'm going to be very upset with you. Barrel eye. Why have I lost sight of it already? Okay, it's not as far off the regional barrier border as I thought, but it's still not... Why do I keep losing it? Where is it? Over there. That's really way far out there. Okay. Oh, hey, I know where I am. Apparently this region is relatively safe, because I looted that treasure chest several times. Well, twice. Okay. There's a bunch of barrel eyes here, so let's catch a couple of them. Try and get ourselves an aberration if possible, since I never did catch an aberrant barrel eye. And there seems to be a lot of stock here. There it is! There it is, we got it. Void Eye. Inside its eye, a perpetual pattern repeats. Red cyclones meld through shimmering green swirls. The abyss burns through you. Well, that's very comforting. Thank you for that. Let's get back to the pontoon. Let's get back to the pontoon and sell off my extras, right? Then we're going to spend the night, deliver this to the cultist. And then we're going to call it good for today, because I've actually been going longer than usual, haven't I? Man, I get carried away with this thing. This game. It's really fun. And scary, also. Even though not much actually has happened to me today, because I've been very cautious, I'm always worried about it. Constantly worried about it. Alright, sell my Void Eye. Sell the larger barrel eye. They're not worth much money, so it doesn't make much difference, but that's okay. It's only 5 o'clock. I should be able to make it back to the fort relatively safely. Right? Right? Maybe? Maybe. The closer I am to the cultist in the morning, the better my chances of successfully delivering this barrel eye are going to be. I don't like being this close to the crater when night is falling. I'm curious if I can see the tendrils rise up. Oh, they're already there. It's already happened. Whatever, if it was visible, it already happened and I missed it. And that's okay. I'm going to catch this. I'm going to dredge this while I'm here. Yes, it's nighttime. Yes, I'm in the basin. I'm probably fine. I'm pretty far away from the center. And I just need the one more. There. Perfect. Okay. I'm lost. There it is. Giant obvious thing over there. That's the one. That's what we want. Get there before the crazy clouds find you. I did nearly blow out my engine yet again. Playing really fast and loose with that particular aspect of this. It's gonna have to be okay, isn't it? Rest. Okay. How's my barrel eye doing? Probably stale? It's stale, but it's not rotting yet. That said, I don't know even if it was rotting, if that would slow down the cultists from eating it. That's the direction I need to go. Let's just go. Let's get there as soon as we possibly can. Because if they do turn up their nose at a rotting fish, this will be a pretty unpleasant way to find out. The music is really freaking out. And I don't think anything is happening, so I guess it's fine. What is that? Is that just a hammerhead? That is just a hammerhead. For some reason it looks large and near to the surface. I guess because it was both of those things, but yeah, I guess we're fine. I've already caught the aberrant hammerhead. It doesn't look like that thing, so I guess we're okay there. It was horrible, in fact. The aberrant hammerhead was a real problem. I think I mentioned it much at the time. As much at the time, rather. There we are. Hello. I have for you a stale barrel eye. I hope you don't mind. The figure begins to consume the fish head first, gnashing teeth, searching for the heart of the thing. When the fish is halfway gone, they stop and throw it aside. I feel like there had to be a better way to go about that, but okay. Whatever suits you, I guess. They take a book from inside their robe and give it to you. Pushing the limit engines added to the cabin. Cool, thanks. Sky will fall. They cross their arms and appear to fall into a deep sleep. Oh, good. Well, fine. I guess that's fine. So, what was the figure in blue wants a snake mackerel. I haven't seen a snake mackerel anywhere. I wonder if that's an open ocean fish? And I'm supposed to be able to catch it a lot sooner than I have been. I wouldn't be surprised if that's the case. It seems weird to me that I haven't found the thing in question, you know? Let me just check the open ocean entries. That right there looks a lot like a mackerel, doesn't it? That's probably it. Oceanic mackerel. I didn't even think about that. Okay, okay. I wonder if there's one closer to the blue cultist. I should probably check that out eventually. But as it is, they're already providing me with enough of reading material where I'm set for a little while. Kind of weird that the cultists are giving me all these books, you know? That's not what I would have expected from them as they prepare for the sky to fall, among other things. In any case, I'm going to make my way back to the pontoon at the Twisted Strand, upgrade my cargo spaces, and then we're going to call it a day. Maybe sell a few crabs. I don't know. I've already been going an hour and 40 minutes. What's a few more minutes, right? I really need to learn to stop. Self-control. I need it, but I don't have it. I'm terribly sorry. But not sorry enough. Look at all those. Look at all those. Give them here. I can't possibly. Take as many as you can. That's not very many. How about you? What you got? Grab those. How about you? You got any of those? Yeah, you do. Ugh, all those monstrous crabs. It's going to take a lot of effort getting these sold, isn't it? Yeah, that's fine, I guess. That's fine, I suppose. Fish market first. $200 worth of crabs. Perfectly acceptable. All right. Now, loading dock. New cargo spaces. Lumber. Right there. $300. Done. Beautiful. Beautiful. Look at that boat. Look at that glorious boat. It's amazing. I'm very pleased. Okay, okay. I gotta stop. So thank you for watching. I suppose next time we're going to go back into the Twisted Strand and try and find the other wreck, the other mortar component. Get him back to Mustache and see how he likes it. But I also probably need to figure out a little bit more about those. Maybe all I have to do with the presence here, is stop moving when they look for me, but I swear I was being stalked at least once. So I don't fully understand it. Plus, I am curious what it looks like when they start trying to control your brain. So I'll probably, at least purposefully get their attention once and see what happens. See how dead I wind up. In any case, thanks again for watching, and I'll see you next time.